Papa Guac. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Guac, Papa Dustin, whatever the hell y'all want to call me. Back at you again with another video today. And look, I'm just gonna say this right now. OG Dragon Ball Z Gohan was the peak of Gohan's character. Like, when you look back at the Cell Saga and how he just one-shot all them damn Cell Juniors, was beating the shit out of Cell, even when Cell came back from the dead and straight up came back, Gohan beat this man with literally one arm. The fact that we would see his rage boost against characters like Raditz and even Frieza going up against almost all of his forms. All the way up to the Buu Saga when he walked right up to Super Buu, looked him in the eyes and said some shit like this.
Fight you? No, I want to kill you.
That was easily one of the coldest lines in all of anime. Dragon Ball Z Gohan was peak Gohan. Now, I know we had the Dragon Ball superhero movie that tried to, reestablish Gohan as a badass, and I'm gonna be honest, I have my opinions on the Beast Gohan form, but that's another video for another day. But even though they tried to reestablish some of that badassery in that movie, and even in the Tournament of Power, he did have some really good moments in both the manga and the anime, it just does not surpass the absolute savagery that was DBZ Gohan. I mean, right when this man was a kid, this man literally popped out the space pod and hit his uncle right in the fucking chest. How many of y'all want to do that? I mean, hell, how many of y'all can do that to your uncle and live? Granted, he was saved by Goku, but still, Gohan was like 4 years old at the time. And then basically getting abducted and then adopted by Piccolo as his own fucking son, even though they're like 3 or 4 years apart canonically. To fighting against the Saiyans, Vegeta, and Nappa, and even having badass moments against them. All the way up to the Frieza saga, when he was straight up even going up against Frieza's different forms and even having him on the defensive. Even in those earlier sagas, Gohan always showed those spurts of potential, all the way up to the Cell Saga when he finally unlocked and tapped into all that potential, becoming Super Saiyan 2 and absolutely just one-shotting all those Cell Juniors and beating the shit out of Cell to the point where Cell tried to blow up the Earth, then tried to blow up himself. All for him to come back from the dead and Gohan to beat him with one arm. Like, that's how little of a challenge Cell was to Gohan. I mean, hell, the biggest thing nerfing Gohan in that fight wasn't even the fact that he had one arm. It was the fact that he was basically losing his own confidence. And why the hell wouldn't he? He was like 11 years old at that time. I still thought WWE was real when I was 11.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Then my mans went to high school and then pulled Videl. Bro had her so wrapped around his thumb, she literally cut her own hair because he said he was into girls with short hair. My man's had all the Riz and badassery in the Buu Saga. Like I already showed you at the beginning. Bro walked up to Super Buu and said, nah bro, I'm finna kill you, and then proceeds to beat the shit out of him in his ultimate form. Man's got all his potential, all that dormant potential he had, unlocked by the old Kai, pulled up to Super Buu, a guy who at one point in time, even in his fat form, was able to blow up entire planets and fucking galaxies according to the anime. And started beating the shit out of him like he was nothing. Bro's confidence and everything changed so much, Piccolo couldn't even recognize this guy. His attitude changed to where he was completely confident. He was confident in his abilities. Even though that confidence ended up backfiring on him in the end, he still went in with full confidence, full strength, knowing he could whoop up Super Buu, especially after all Super Buu did. Keep in mind, Super Buu was a menace himself. This was a guy who literally, because he was bored, slaughtered everybody on the planet save Mr. Satan and everybody on Kami's lookout. I mean, we're talking about a guy who literally screamed so loud he broke through dimensions, came out, and then turned everybody into candy and ate them. I mean, bro literally asked Chi-Chi what her favorite kind of food was, then turned her into an egg and squished her. And yet Gohan came out there and gave this man absolutely nothing but the hands. This was the Gohan that we all wanted. This is the Gohan we still want. Even though we got a little bit of it in the Dragon Ball superhero movie, it don't get any better than OG Dragon Ball Z. When Super came out, we had to reluctantly accept the fact that our mans became a pacifist.
I'll never forgive this.
He became a pacifist and a scholar. It's no wonder Goku and Piccolo be looking at this guy disappointed. Now look, I get it. He doesn't want to be like Goku and Vegeta. Fighting isn't his, whole livelihood, and that's fine, I can say. But hell, at least keep up the training. At least keep up the badassery to a certain extent. Bro basically lost all of it by Resurrection F. I mean, bro was struggling against Frieza soldiers, and even though he was able to do good against some of them, you know, he still got one shot by Frieza and was basically irrelevant for most of the time up until the Tournament of Power, when he did start training a little bit more and at least earned some respect back, especially even in the manga when he was able to go up against Kefla. He did have some moments here and there in Super, and you know, that's kind of always been Gohan's thing. He's always showed spurts of this potential just for it to vanish away. And you know, him going Super Saiyan 2 and him going Ultimate was basically him reaching the pinnacle of that potential and showing just how badass he can be. In an OG Dragon Ball Z, they showed that. They showed that Gohan could easily be the strongest, at one point in time, was the strongest non-fused character in the entire series. And yet when Super came, they basically squandered away all of those hopes we had left. And like I said, even though Dragon Ball Super, Super Hero, and some points in the Tournament of Power kind of revived that a little bit, which I think was actually good, that Super, it still just does not feel the same as OG Dragon Ball when he was whooping up guys like Super Buu and Perfect Cell and showing just how badass and savage he could truly be. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think. Anyways, that's just a quick video I wanted to make about my boy Gohan, my favorite character in Dragon Ball. You guys let me know. Did you think OG Dragon Ball Z Gohan was the peak of Gohan's character? Do you like what they're doing with him now? Do you hate what they're doing with him now? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe and give the video a like. Be sure to watch all my other videos and follow all my other social media down below. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.